Okay, I've been watching quite a bit of football over the weekend, and I'm convinced more than ever about the shoulder roll and what have you. Like every other twerk that we have introduced, the flip and the throw and the tear and I don't know what else. This thing is using the opponent as a lever. And I was looking at, I always look at other positions. I believe that our fundamentals are the same in all positions. The skills are pretty much the same, except, quarterback. These guys don't throw quarterback. They don't throw footballs very often. I guess the center does. Um, you know, the fundamentals of what we talked about. Protect the chest by uncoupling the arms, hands, and the coil and the traction. It's about the 14,000th iteration of fundamentals, but it's pretty much the same theme. Okay, what I noticed was that when we take a proper Gator step, it's essentially becomes a T step, the same T step that a DB would take when he was trying to plant and drive on somebody. And because we create an angle, we're using that body as a lever. Now, this is a defensive sprawl, very difficult to overcome. Uh, Easier in C gap, because you get this guy 1 foot on the ground. He's trying to either catch up with you or somebody else is grabbing him on the scoop or something like that. But in the boom boom stuff, the A gap stuff, the power stuff, um, what you want to do is create an angle, lower the shoulder. I'm not going to go over all that, the reasons. We're basically trying to protect our chest. But that angle, okay, is what we're looking for. And of course, we've got another guy. This is combo. This is chip, by the way, not dig. A dig combo, you would come back and try and get both hands, and this guy would hammer you over. What I used to call hay bale. Okay, but we when we're chipping, what we want to do is post this man, okay, at an angle we've created with the first step, and step back into his crotch and give the drive man at least half of him. And if this guy's a lot, now this would be yellow light. We'd start out nose to nose. If this man was, you know, on an outside shade, say that's the left guard and or the right guard, and tackle was coming, it would look more like a little. There'd be a little less contact and better angle. Okay, and that's basically what we're talking about. This is my artwork, by the way. Uh, Not bad, right? One time I was toying with the idea of becoming an artist, a tattoo artist, actually. Guy talked me out of it. Tattooist. Okay, but what we want to defeat is the sprawl or hip extension. That's very difficult. Guys squat 6, 7, 100 pounds, and he's extending off of both feet into your block and locking you out with long arms. You got a problem, and you can say, well, we're going to lock him out, but again, zero sum. So the angle from this step, okay, I kind of this picture's annoying me for a second. I want to change it. There, I fixed it. Okay, that step creates an angle, and it's got to be enough. You've got to gain enough width at that angle. Now, the question is when you take that first step initially, that's a closed leg. Okay, but as you go into him, the leg opens, so you've got control of the gap. Now, the problem is a quick skin by, say, a center in the nose. You might have to step a little bit more of an angle to pick that up, but you're coming back at an angle, okay, to post that man. Okay, so that's the idea behind the thing. And the more, like I said, the more I watch, I saw a lot of people using the hay bale. The problem with the hay bale, of course, is the run through. You know, you're stuck, you're shoulder to shoulder and hip to hip, and you stalemate, and the guy hammers you over. We don't care about that on the dig side, on the accordion side of say veer or duo, because we've got leverage on the ball. When we use the dig, we've got leverage on the ball. Okay, we use this when we don't have leverage on the ball or the read spot. Okay, if this was a guard, the read spot in the A gap would be right here. Okay, so what we got to do is get leverage. That's one of the basic rules. Get leverage. Okay, all right, that's all I got.